Hello everyone, Dr.Animatronic back again with yet another unboxing video. This time I'm cheating a little bit. For one thing, not using a tripod, so bear with me. I'm going to hold this by hand this time. And I've cheated a little bit because I've had to open the box, remove all the paperwork and all the other stuff, because this has come all the way from the US of A, from my friend over in Cricket in Corky's clubhouse. And it's full of Jill parts. So I'm going to be refurbishing them, rebuilding them, testing them, all that sort of stuff. Send them back, and then hopefully we're going to save the lives of even more Jills out there in the world. So, let's see what we have. Okay, look at that straight away. Got some Jill clothing, wonderful. That's always good to start off an unboxing. So, we have, let me just lay that out there. Oh, there we go. So that is the, as you can see, the slumber party outfit. So both the top and trousers there, or pants if you're American. And here, this is great, this starring role outfit. Just spin that round. Lovely condition. You think these items here, you know, getting on 40 years old now, and if you look after them, as these have been, look pretty new. So that's great. So that's those. Okay, so that's getting into the exciting stuff now as well. Well, even more exciting, should I say, of all the parts and gizmos and bits and pieces that make up the girl we all know and love. Okay, so as you can see, there's many things in this bag. But I'll tell you straight away then, this board here, this is the cassette deck board. It's also got her volume control on it, as you can see. That is the platform there that all the cassette deck components sit on. What else can I see? So this is the base. This is the base of the said cassette deck. So her tape will slide over the top of that, but it's on the other side. You can't quite see. So yeah, so it looks like I've got several components there to rebuild tape decks with. So chuck that over there. Okay. Right, so here, so these pieces here are her neck assembly, including a neck motor there. But this one here, that is the motor from her face mechanics, and this is the casing for it. If you all watched my most recent video, I did actually do you a slideshow of the refurbishment I did for my Jill on her face animatronics, so you've probably seen a lot of these components before. There's the skull cap for the back of her head. That's all that. Okay. Oh, looks like we've got some other bits and pieces here. So we've got her pinny for Jill babysits, and her phone, which of course goes with the slumber party set, and her curlers. They go there. Okay, here we go. Look, and I know you know whose face this is. Let's just get the whole thing out. Okay. So we have a Jill head with all of her hair, and the neck is all intact. Yeah, as you can see. This plate here, these prongs, are part of what's called a mode switch, and it basically tells Jill's main board the position that her head is in at all times, which she constantly monitors. Okay, that's great. So as far as I know, this head needs completely rebuilding, because unfortunately this is the head that if you have a look over on Cricket in Corky's clubhouse channel, you'll see he's talking about the way that unfortunately this was sent out. They glued everything shut but had removed everything inside, so she has no internal components at all in her head. Just the frame that holds all her eyes on and everything else, and the eyelids and everything, but everything else has been stripped out. So I will rebuild that from scratch, and then she'll be a working head once again. Okay, down here. Okay, so You know, I was just talking about mode switches. Well, here are the mode switch boards. So this one is for her neck here. So as you can see, multiple cables, and what happens is this board actually connects together with the arm. Excuse me, sorry, with the other. Oh, I haven't got anything I can show you. No, I haven't got anything else set up that I can show you. But there's 1, 2, 3 neck boards there. Okay, so I'll test all of those. See if they're working or not, and if they're not, see if there's something that I can do about it. So chuck those over there. Okay, we'll go on into more depth on the technical aspects of some of these components, but that will be in later videos, as I keep promising. That will be my technical videos for Jill. So this bunch in here, I believe, by the looks of things, are her arm motors. Just pull that out. Trying to do this while you're holding the phone. Maybe I should have used my tripod, but never mind. Right, yeah, here we go. So there's one of her arm motor units there. Looks like that's another one, or at least an empty shell of one. Okay, I will be able to show you. So these are the boards that I was wanting to show you earlier. There we go. Okay, so these boards here are the mode switches for Jill's arms. There's one each side, and that those rakes, as I call them, are connected to her arm. So again, the main board and control side of things can monitor the position of her arms at all times. So if the tape dictates that her arm needs to be in a certain position, this is how it's tracked. For example, if you look at the Slumber Party set here, those of you who will know, this is Jill's phone, and she will ask you within her story if you can hand her the phone. You hand her the phone, and then the tape is programmed to set her arm in a position where the phone in her hand will be right next to her head. And that's how it's done. That's how the magic is done. All it does is just track the position of her arms on these boards here. Back to control, and then control will move it to the necessary position, depending on whatever the data track on the tape tells it to do. Okay, so in here, be very careful with these because they're very old. So this is some talking Ken and Barbie parts, I believe, in here. This is a little bit extra. I'm going to try and look for and see. Oh, wow. 1,000,001 pieces in there. I'm going to see if I can do something with those as well. Down there. Look at that, look, so far. Loads of stuff in this box. Okay. Okay, next. So these are complete cassette decks from Jill, but they all have specific issues. So I need to basically go through those from scratch, check what's going on with them. I believe some of them are seizing up, and they've got other components that aren't moving correctly. And of course, as well as the fact that I've already told you all about Jill's tapes being extremely dried out now, and multiple friction issues and all that sort of thing, which affects all her audio and the tracking of the data and all that sort of stuff. We also have the issue where the tape decks themselves are starting to seize up. Those components seize up, put that together with the issues where you've got the tapes drying out, and then you've got the one thing that we all dread is where Jill begins to eat her tapes, which is the last thing that we want, because yeah, you can basically ruin a tape within a few seconds, and Jill's tapes are not easy to find, so we really don't want that to keep happening. So it's a case of, yeah, just refurbishing all these units. It's a second one, and a third one here as well. Okay, so plenty for me to be getting on with. And then last but not least, these are some lower Jill legs. Now these are the ones that are an absolute bummer if they break. I'll show you why. See if I can unwrap this a little bit. Okay. Alright. So whenever we get a Jill or see a Jill, we hope that this component here is not damaged, because this is the one that you cannot get to. Playmates, in their wisdom, decided, you know what, we're not going to screw the thighs together. thighs, what am I talking about? The, the lower legs together. We're going to glue them instead. So all the components you see here, bearing in mind they tilt, rotate, in the kneecap of the rest of the legs. I will be uploading a video soon where you can actually see these individual components, where I've showed you a video where I've attempted to rebuild them. I was successful in that, but I've not been able to find a way to actually repair this knee joint. If this is all shattered, then without replacement parts and the ability to crack open this leg without damaging it, which, yeah, really isn't possible, yeah, there's no way to do it at the moment. But with the other ones, I did find a way of repairing at least the top section. As you can see, you've got a beautiful seam here. It's all glued shut. But like I said, unless you want to take a Dremel to it and cut it open, I can't really see how you're going to get into these components. And it's not something that I'm prepared to do with mine just now. But it might be something that we look into for the future to see if there is a way that we can do it neatly and reset them somehow. But yeah, so this is one of the most brittle parts of Jill. You do have to be careful with her legs. You know, don't go pushing them into all sorts of different crazy positions, because yeah, push them too far and you snap this off, that might not be so bad, but break anything in here where this rotates and that's it, you've had it. Because there is so much strain when you try and move them when it's part of Jill. You know how heavy Jill is. Yeah, you're going to snap them. So luckily, kindly included these legs, which will go for my second Jill, which I haven't finished refurbing yet. And that will finish off her legs. I've got the top set of legs, which I've repaired. I just needed these two to finish it all off. So there we are. So that is my haul for today, and has given me more than enough stuff to be getting on with. So while I'm all busy with that, there may be a sort of reduction in my content, but I do plan to do a couple more slideshows for you from my first restoration. I will get on with those at some point. You know, showing you things like the arms, all the arm mechanisms, more of the torso and the circuit boards and everything else when it's all in place. Possibly her hair as well. But yeah, in the meantime, don't want this unboxing to be too long. As you can see, the box is now empty. So yeah, that is the full haul there. All right, well, thanks again as usual for watching. Thanks again to Cricket and Corky's Clubhouse for sending me all this stuff. Look forward to working on it and showing you all the results at some point in the future. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time right here on the channel. Dr. Animatronic signing out for you.